Hi, I'm Adam.
I'm Taria.
I'm Pat.
And I'm Karen, Tony, and Jazzy Girl. What's going on?
All
Love
these
it.
names and everything.
That's how they know me, man.
And her blood type is B positive. Like, really?
Well, if that's the case, I'm Lady T. You know, hey, whatever.
Well, and as you can see, we already spilling the tea.
Yes. Welcome to Spillin the Tea.
It's all tea.
No shade.
None whatsoever.
Well, maybe me because I'm Lady T, so I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well, let that go.
But there's no shade.
Yeah, there is no shade though.
So why'd you say Lady T?
You are Lady T.
But see, that's what
you
I
are
am,
no
Lady
shade.
T. Y'all don't know my
So-
shade just yet, but you know
Oh,
what?
there is some shaderation
Right.
going on in here.
Right.
What's in her tea?
I don't know, but we're taking it
That's
away
T.
right now.
No, but
That tea is spiked, honey.
Oh, with something because she's just yeah.
no. One thing I saw when I was watching TV today, and I know y'all have heard about that guy that had the 34 children with 17 women.
Yeah.
The second half on
Ayala fixed my life.
Yeah, the second half was on today, and this sometimes I think this because you see all the men in there in the audience that they all had multiple children, whatever the case may be, and they're all sitting there going, And I'm sitting there going, y'all all going, but y'all still doing it without covering it up. And the guy with the 34, because she was talking about now, he's a grandfather. His
Yes,
son
he is.
had woman is pregnant with not been married, and his daughter, I think she said, just had a baby, and said you're following the circles, and just this man has no guilt, no book, no phasing,
Well,
no thing.
I think personally, from seeing it, he does, which is why he's shut down so many times.
He's on TV. He's not going to really admit to anything
Exactly.
because it'll make him look bad.
And he is a very prideful man. Obviously.
Yeah.
Very prideful man. I mean, what man with 34 children wouldn't have some sort of pride? Well,
I don't know, but
maybe his pride is a little bit lower.
Nothing against the women, but goddamn, how many STDs did he catch?
Because it's 17. But in the first version of
Say it again.
there was still at least 2 or 3 women. When she asked them, "Would you still be with him?" They said yes.
They said yes.
But that's
you
what
know
they're used to.
Exactly.
That's what they're
And
used to.
that doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it bad.
It's just what they
it
know.
may not be your choice, but it may be their choice. It may be something within him that's attracting them to him.
And it's what they know.
And exactly.
That's all they know.
And until you know better, you're not going to do better. And maybe that's how they were brought up. If you find somebody that you love, regardless of what they do or how you feel about something they've done, you stick with them.
Oh no, I can understand that and I can appreciate that, but when you're going to stay with them, okay, fine. I know he's a baby maker. Let's just say, fine, I want to stay with you, but let's just say we'd be in a situation where we wouldn't be making no more babies if they wanted to stay with him or whatever. But
No, that's not going to happen.
vasectomy.
Okay, let's be realistic about that.
Right. Let's be realistic.
They are there with him for a reason. They are in love. They want that physical relationship. So as far as them staying with them and nothing's going to happen,
no, I'm saying, you can still happen, but at this point, if he's not taking care of the 34 he got, I'm not going to have, that's just me. I'm not going to have another one by you.
See, Ayala put it really good because she had him holding all the little
I know, I saw
babies.
that.
Right.
And he couldn't even hold
And then
them
he
all.
couldn't even hold, 15? So, and she was like, but how about the other ones that are over there that you aren't even holding right now? How are you going to juggle that?
And he
how
was
are you going
holding
to be a father? And he was holding them all sorts of jacked up ways and everything. I mean, I know they're little rag doll babies, but still.
But the point
really,
is how are you going to give the love and attention to all the children, which is true. And let's not take away from that. To have that many kids, for one person, there's no possible way. One of those children, if not at least 10 to 15 of them, are going to feel left out. That's point blank and period. And
even in a family of 4, though, somebody's going to feel left out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So can you imagine having 34 kids?
I mean,
how many are feeling left out? And you know he can't give me.
He gonna have like 97,000 grandkids.
It probably made his head.
Can he even remember all their names?
Yes, you can. You can. Let's keep it real. If you got friends and family, you remember their names. So I'm sure with 34 kids,
I don't. No, I'm saying the grandkids. When 34 kids. have grandkids. I mean, like, it's gonna be over 10,000 kids.
Okay, so
like,
now
right there.
That's 5 minutes on that subject. So he's got 34 goddamn kids. He should have kept it in his pants. Those women let him do it. They knew about it, and there's nothing we can do to change it. I pray to God that
he must
has a
have
relationship.
some type of magic mic down there, though.
Oh wow. Well,
Well,
you know.
34 kids.
Well, we don't want to talk about his magic mic.
I don't either. I'm just saying.
But you know what? You know what I really want to talk about right now? I want to talk about what's going on with this Raven Simone situation.
Oh, I've been reading it. I saw that on computer.
So we've all seen it. We all been talking about it.
Well, actually, I haven't seen it, but
I've seen it.
Well, we're going to catch you up, girl.
Okay.
Right.
So Raven goes on Oprah. And by the way, Raven.
Okay,
I love you, honey. We love you.
I'm a fan.
Big fan. And I understand.
It's just so Raven.
Exactly. She does not want to be classified in this tiny little box. And for some reason, America, many people in America are having a problem with that. Some of you are very opinionated and are taking things from her interview with Oprah and really interjecting your own point of view, your own prejudices into
your own insecurities.
Exactly. Into what she said. Because nowhere in there she said she doesn't want to be black.
Or she was against being a lesbian. Right.
Or she doesn't want to be whatever the case may be, with all your little extra shenanigans you're adding to it. She never said that. She never said that. What she said was she doesn't want to be classified by those labels and stereotypes. She wants to be Raven.
And that's it.
What's wrong with that?
Right.
We have been so brainwashed in this society to be better because you're black. You have to be better than the white person. Or you can't do this because you were brought up in this area. Or you can't go overseas because you were from the hood. I'm sorry. Last I checked, I'm a human being and a U.S. citizen. If I want to go to freaking Africa, I will go to Africa.
That's right.
If I don't want to be called...
I've been to Africa. And let me tell you, I've been to Liberia and other places in Africa, and here you think, like, from the news and everything, that it's like this almost wasteland type of thing where all you see are these like little shacks.
It's so not true.
And that is so far.
So again,
I mean, there are places that have that, but it's just another stereotype. And just like Ghetto Fabulous, I mean, have you not heard of white trash or trailer park trash? Which, you know, is absolutely funny because one day I was going with my mom to get her nails done and I was getting petty, and they actually have a color called Trailer Park Rash. Yes.
Oh my God.
But anyhow, getting back to it, like, seriously. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It was a pretty shade of blue, though.
That's offensive.
Like,
and blue.
But why was it blue?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. Shouldn't it be red?
I agree with her. That's crazy.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But it's the same thing, just like with her color. Because like with me, I have Indian, I have Cherokee Indian, whatever heck it is. I'm
what they
African
say?
American.
Why do they always say that? They always say that.
We always have Indian in us.
I have pictures and I have proof. So I have mine. So I have a picture and I have the proof. But and it's just like her saying with the lesbian and all that. I can understand her. Just I don't want to be identified because like if today
you are.
Not me. I'm just saying she, if I was her.
That's what it sounded
coming
like.
out. I want
No.
the world to know.
She's going to let it show.
No. But it's just like, I think there was this one actress, she was the one who was dating Ellen DeGeneres or whatever.
Portia,
yeah.
Beforehand, she was dating men, and then she was dating, with Ellen, and then they want to stick her in a box. And that's what I guess what Raven's trying to say is like, don't stick in the box. Because like if 6 years from now she decides to date men, then people are going to have something to say about that. What are you or whatever?
I don't think you have to worry about Simone because, I mean, damn.
Well, I don't even think
Raven.
it's that. I don't even think it's that. I think the point that she was trying to make is that she is her own person.
She is just so Raven.
Exactly.
That's it. She doesn't want you to it shouldn't be about her sexuality,
right?
the color of her skin.
It should be about the content of her character and the body of work she puts out since she's an actress.
That's it.
That's how you judge her. That's how we should judge everybody.
There are too many people now.
Not judge.
Right.
That's how we should accept.
And there are too many people these days that want to jump to the race card or jump to.
And I am so sick of that.
I'm so sick of it. And one way, I was on Facebook and reading through a friend's comments, and they were talking to a friend, and they were so upset because the person evidently put on their status. Yes, this is like third, fourth, fifth person, but still.
Oh, geez, you know this Facebook stuff.
Shut up. Anyhow, you know I love my Facebook drama.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
That person was so upset that their friend posted on their Facebook that they're tired of dating black men because of all their experiences with black men. I don't know exactly the reason why, but they were offended at that. And they're like, why do you have to put down African American men or black men or however you want to discuss it?
There's a stupid man in every race, okay? Let's just keep it 100%.
Hello, I dated plenty of jerks in my lifetime. Exactly.
And it doesn't matter what color your skin is.
It didn't make me say, oh, well, I'm tired of dealing with black men because they're just jerks. No, there's jerks. I mean, look at all of our politicians. They're pretty much jerks anyhow. There's white, black, everything.
So did you choose Patrick because he wasn't white?
Yes, I chose him because
I'm being serious.
No.
Okay, so
no, I was physically attracted to him.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't about the color of his skin, right?
It was not necessarily. I've always been attracted to black men.
So, but you didn't date white men or any other color men because
right. I'm an equal opportunity offender. So
that's what I'm trying to make a point about.
Right. I don't care. It's just that
it happens to be
he
what
approached
you
me.
like.
Right. He approached me. I'm not gonna put out on here how, but that's a whole.
And we about to
that's a whole nother thing of tea.
Classes down.
Yeah. But he treated me.
That water's strong, huh?
I know.
Oh my God.
That's not the water. That's the tea, hun. But still,
this is
yes. Oh Lord.
But you know what? At the end of the day,
you treated me exceedingly well, even though I was not so appropriate our first date.
But you know what? At the end of the day,
didn't you threaten his life on the first date?
No, I told him on our first date, I'm like glue. You fuck with me, you stuck with me.
I remember that.
And yes, he did say that, and that's very true.
And now here we are.
8 years later.
Wow.
Yep, 8 years later. We've been together for 8 years, married for 2. But the bottom line to that is, if you close yourself off to love from any other race, how are you supposed to find the person you're supposed to be with? Whether it be male or female, it doesn't matter. Love is not guaranteed to be given to you within your race.
Can I say something? Love is not colorblind.
Love is just
love.
Love
is colorblind, you mean?
I'm sorry.
Love is colorblind.
That's what I meant to say. You know what I was trying to say.
Yes,
but
I'm sorry.
I was trying to clarify it for y'all.
Yeah.
Love is just love. And at the end of the day,
it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
Exactly.
But see, with
that's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, with that also goes with your class as well, because like y'all were talking about the different people, because there are some people who may have just been from jail or whatever, spent their time and get out, and a lot of people will hold that against them. Or there are some men who they see, they got the money, they got the car, they got the house, they got the education,
and they can be a piece of crap.
And they see that as a catch.
And you sound a little bit venomous there.
Did you have somebody specific in mind?
No, I'm saying that because look at all the people. Okay, y'all watch Snap, right? I'm a big fan of Snap for 48 Hours. There's a bunch of rich people out there. There's no particular color who treat their family like crap. They have all the money. They might have everything going for them, but they still try to kill off their families and treat them like crap. Whereas somebody might have been went to jail at 16 and just got out at 25, and that experience is going to always go behind them, but they're not the same person that they were when they were 16, and they're trying to get a different life and get a second chance on it. And so, therefore, they're being judged for what they did when they were 16 instead of judged of who they are now.
And that's the problem. Is, see, I've dated all kinds, up and down, white, color, blue. My thing is, I always tell people, and somebody go, why are you dating him? It's not about what he did or how much money he has or whatever it is. It's because there's something about you that I may like or may not. You may not have as materially as much as I do or whatever the case may be, but it's what you give back. And see, that's my thing is, it's how you make me feel and what you give back. And that comes with the color, the sex and all that, is how you make me feel. Because you having money don't mean jack to me. And I always tell
money
people,
can be gone and the very next day.
Come and gone just like that.
And see, what I was saying with the Facebook post is that one of the people that commented on it before I did said, well, that person needs to self-reflect personally, and somebody else came on and posted right after that, well, why do they have to do self-reflection or whatever just because they want to date somebody out of their race? And I took it back. I said, okay, as I said, I've dated plenty of jerks, and I did not reflect that back onto black men, because I mean, there's plenty of jerks around. As I said, look at our politicians, mainly jerks, and they're white, black, yellow, purple.
It doesn't matter what color.
It doesn't matter.
Stupidity comes in all shades, people.
This is true. And I just said on
and
there,
that's the tea.
I tried to
no shade.
spill it a little bit better for them and say, you know, if person X dates 10 people, and I made sure to put in that post that, you know, I'm not specifying black, white, good hair, what is good hair versus bad hair?
What is good hair?
We'll get to that. That's
another subject.
Episode 2.
Yes.
Or 3 or 4.
That's to come. Or hairstyle or anything like that.
Right.
And I was just like, they date 10 people, 10 guys, and they all turn out to be jerks. Well, you need to look inside, because at that point, you're the only common denominator. Why are you attracting that particular character trait?
Again, that's not shade. That's the truth.
It's the truth. It's not. It certainly is. No shade whatsoever. It's just, okay, you're attracting jerks. Why are you attracting jerks?
Maybe it's time for you to change.
Right, exactly. It's not that, all black men are jerks because of your experience. No, that's not it at all.
What are you contributing to that situation, into that
and then you're going, you're going right into that box that Raven doesn't want to be in, of being in this narrow little tiny box of, okay, this is what is black, this is what is white.
Look at her for who she is, what she puts out, how she communicates. Just look at Raven for her. Nothing else. Not about her sexuality, not about the color of her skin. Just look at Raven for her. That's all she wants. And I agree with her 100%. Because
and that's what
if you
Dr.
don't like
King
me,
was preaching when he was on the mall.
And if you don't like me for the color of my skin or for my gender, you know what? Then I'm gonna say, the hell with you. Move on. Keep it moving. Kick rocks and blow bubbles.
Thank you.
I have a little bit more time to watch TV than all of you. And I was watching Wendy Williams the other day, and Tavis Smiley was on it. And one thing he mentioned, because he just finished writing a book, I forget the title of it, but it was about Dr. Martin Luther King. And one of the things that he said that people didn't know about in his last years of life, that everybody had turned on him. He said, he named names. He named, I can't remember. He said blacks, the president. He said everybody turned on him because they said he was no longer about the people. He wasn't real. They said the president changed on him. They said black people turned their backs on him. And he said this was something that nobody knew about him. And that's the funny thing. Stuff like that is starting to come out now. And have y'all heard that about other quote unquote famous people who we put on a pedestal or whatever the case may be?
That's the problem right there.
They're human beings, guys.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. They're people just like me and you. They breathe, they walk, they just happen to have a little bit more exposure.
It's not even just about that. It's about people evolve. When you have, especially when you're on a platform with dealing with civil rights, dealing with politics, which we're not going to talk about, when you're dealing about religion.
In this episode, thank you.
And various different things. People evolve. You may come into it with one standpoint and one point of view, and you will leave with a different thought.
Yeah.
Because you've learned, you've experienced things that change the way that you think, and that's okay. That's part of growing.
Okay.
That's part of intelligence. That's part of educating yourself and moving forward, being a progressive and forward-thinking person.
Right. We got a little bit less time because we can stay on this all day. We need to come to the
Yes.
next subject. Next one is beating kids, basically.
Okay.
Abusing them, spanking them, however you want to call it. When you get to the point where you're spanking your kids out of anger and you're hurting them.
That's abuse.
That's abuse.
Let's just call it what it is. That's abuse.
That's abuse. I talked about in the last pilot show that I'm not a person who likes to spank my kids. Not that I haven't. I have. I don't. This is a limit for me. I'd rather talk to my kids and find out what's going on instead of taking a belt to them before I ask questions. Ask questions. React first, ask questions last. No, because then you're the one that's going to come back. I'm a parent who apologizes. Come back and say, hey, baby, I'm sorry I didn't listen to what you had to say. First, you need to ask questions, find out what the hell is going on, and then you appropriately punish your child. It does not always have to be about putting your hands on your kids. Now,
Or going to get a switch.
Exactly.
Or broom.
Or belt.
Or extension cord.
Or stick.
Or a broom in the shower of all
Girl.
places.
Can I?
Yeah, that's
Can I offer y'all another? It's a word where you have, I guess, parents who are, I don't want to say so afraid or whatever to admonish or punish their children, where the children are now abusing them.
Oh yes.
Well,
oh,
yeah,
yes. Oh yes.
but for
happens.
that, when it comes to that, that means that those kids got way too much power early on, where it was okay for those kids to talk to them and treat them that way.
Mm-hmm.
I see that all the time,
Yes.
Karen. I see that all the time. I see it with
My kids will never have that much power over me.
Where the
You
parents
have
are
beautiful,
She
wonderful
does.
kids.
But what I love about it, you give them options, but you keep parameters on those
I have
options.
to.
Right. You
Those
give them
kids-
the options, but you kind of shepherd them
Exactly.
in the right
It's
way.
like, okay,
Because they're
this
a
is where exactly.
Of course.
And what you're talking about is those kids that get
Parents are
options, but they have a wide array of
They give them
options.
too much power. They're
And it's
giving
like,
too much power.
Oh, I'm 2 years old, honey. What would you like to eat? We have this. We have this. We have this.
Hold up.
No.
You
What
got
was the
chicken.
boy? Hold on. What was the boy in Harry Potter? Dudley or whatever.
Yeah.
The little fat ugly thing.
Hey.
And I'm sorry.
Yes,
No, I'm saying
sorry.
ugly as in
in terms of what-
personality,
the way that
not
he's
ugly
acting.
as in how he
Where did the
looks.
parents
Now,
allow him
unfortunately,
that?
you have to be clear about that now because
Yeah, that's true.
there's so
That's
many
true.
sensitive kids out there and adults who take
And
offense to that.
it was the character that was ugly,
Yeah.
not the actor.
Not at all.
Yeah.
We're not in no shape, form, or
No, he played
Throwing
that
no
part.
shade
He
at this at all.
played that
No
part,
shade
but
on
still,
that.
it was like how many presents are there? 36. I counted them myself.
And it's-
But last year I had 37. It's like,
You got one now.
Oh, can I tell you what I did?
You got 0
Let
at
me
this
tell you what I
point.
did one year, you guys. And I don't give a damn what y'all think. I'm just gonna keep it real. So one year, my kids, the girls will tell you, ooh, it was the best Christmas ever. So one year, they were so disrespectful. They were teenagers, mind you, and they didn't at that time. Oh no, they still believed in Santa Claus, so they weren't teenagers quite.
Okay.
They got coal for Christmas.
Ooh.
That's all they got. They didn't get nothing for Christmas. Nothing.
Wow.
Because their behavior was so atrocious, and I warned them, and they didn't believe me. And in order for me to make my kids respect and do and understand where I'm coming from, I have to follow through. As hard as it was for me not to give them a Christmas that year, I did not give them a Christmas. They'll tell you about that. They got coal.
Karen.
They got cleaning supplies. For Christmas.
Karen, that is the key. Okay, the key word was follow through. If you're going to tell your child, you know what, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to punish you for a month. Punish them for a month.
Yeah.
Oh no, we found a new one just a moment ago because her oldest CJ wanted some of her sparkling water, so he
That
drank
was
like
terrible.
this much, and then he was like, but I just want a sip, and she's like, just get a cup. So he gets a cup, and
This is the cup.
That is
right.
cup.
He took like literally one little sip of that and was like, "Oh no, oh no!" And the face he made was just priceless.
Like
I
he was
wish
in
you all
pain.
could have seen it. So I said, "Ooh, there you go. Instead of beating your kid, just give him seltzer water."
I don't. You know, there's a friend of mine that had a lot of. He says he has no problem with beating his kids. I personally don't find it something necessarily that I have to do. I have 4 kids. I can count on 2 hands how many times I beat my kids, and that's total. 2 more grown, 2 more little. And when I say that it's going to hurt you more than it hurts, it's going to hurt me more than it hurts you. I'm serious because it does hurt me because it does not solve anything. That problem is still going to be there after you beat them. If you don't talk to them, find out why they did what they did, understand what that point of view is, and have them understand where you're coming from, it's never going to change and it's never going to get fixed. So it's going to keep happening. And for me getting beat in the tub with a broom, no shade, mom and dad, but you did it. Extension cords, the belts, we've all been there. Did it help me, none?
No.
No?
Trust me, it messes you up when a parent has to hit you and do stuff like that.
Nah, I don't think it messed my parents up.
I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
You know,
the relationship, the dynamic.
And
there was no relationship.
And it doesn't, and the people don't know how long it lasts.
And it won't be. You won't have a relationship because the foundation that should be there isn't there anymore.
And those parents they don't want relationship. They just want to be the ruler of you. And that's it. It's their law. You do what they say, and that's it. You have no say. Like, shut up. I'm talking. I don't need to hear what you got to say. Just listen to what the hell. Just shut the hell up.
And that's the parenting of the old way.
The old school.
But although some old school things,
yes, some new
still
school
still
works. But there are certain things that happened then that really didn't need to happen, and what's happening now doesn't need to happen now either.
No.
You know,
that's why there's problems now with these kids.
And you won't get the bar of soap.
No.
I can tell you, I did that to my kids. I did, and guess what?
No.
It worked. I'm just saying, I'm that parent. I did it. I was like,
sorry.
you know, I try to find different ways of not putting my hands on my kids, okay? And that was one of them.
Well, we found a new one, seltzer water.
My daughter, she'll tell you. I ain't gonna tell you which one. She actually said a curse word and thought it was okay. I said, oh, really? I was like, okay. Both of them, actually. I said, we're gonna suck on some soap right now because you know you're not supposed to use that language around me or any other time. So let's just keep, they don't cuss now. Let's just keep it. We went in the bathroom and they sucked on some soap. They would rather have had a spanking, but they sucked on some soap. And I promise you, after that day, they never did it again. But I talked to them. I explained to them why I was doing what I was doing. Okay? And they had choices. Now, this is me communicate with my kids. Communication is the key. You got to talk to your kids if you want a relationship with them. And I have a relationship with my kids. And I love and I respect them. And
you have to define what relationship is. Relationship is not, oh, honey, you did something wrong, so I'm going to go buy you something. That's not a relationship.
Oh, my God.
Relationship is understanding your child. Exactly.
You're trying to be their friend at that point.
Understanding your child.
You don't need to be your kid's friend. You're their mom and dad. That's what they need. They don't need another friend. They got those everywhere.
Yeah, somebody didn't read the blog because on today I put something exactly like that. What is a parent's job? A parent's job is not to be their children's friend. It is to lead them, develop them, to guide them into being a person.
What does the good book say?
Friend.
Train these children in the way they shall go.
But don't forget to talk to them too. That's so important. You gotta talk to your kids.
Yeah, like Medea said, you gotta talk to these kids while you beating them.
Now see, okay.
No.
It's not the same. It's
We're
not
not going there like he's trying to go there.
It's not the same.
I was just throwing in a joke. Excuse me. But
you said something
heavy.
because there's parents that actually feel that way though.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's why it's important that you say that because there's parents that think it's okay and it's just not. If you don't listen to your kids' point of view, these are the same kids that are going to go up shooting up at school or doing drugs or stealing or whatever. And then you're wondering, well, I didn't know my kid did that because you don't talk to your kids. You're not in tune with them. And you have to be in tune with your kids to know what the hell they are and what they're doing at all times. If you know kids that like to drop your kids at certain parts and you want to know why this happened and why that happened, it's because you dropped your kid off expecting that place to babysit your brats. Okay, let's just keep it 100%.
And the thing is, I don't think most people notice when you abuse your child,
they're abusing others.
They don't get you. They go hurt somebody else.
They're going to hurt somebody else.
They don't kill you. They go kill up everyone, shoot everybody else up because of what you did.
Sometimes.
So the question is, what did you do wrong?
Well, it's not so
No,
much about
it's
what
not
they,
my fault. I didn't do anything. I
but you
don't
know,
know what
it's
our
not-
child turned
but
out
it's
like
not
that.
so much about what they did wrong. Sometimes it's about how they were brought up and how they think it's supposed to be done.
But and those kids do have choices, though. Let's not just put it
Mm-hmm.
all on the parents.
Everyone has choices.
They have choices.
As they say in psychology 101 courses and stuff, you can either be a product of your environment or you can choose to be something else.
And I chose to be something else.
And
So did I.
I'm saying the same thing. So for this evening, we thank you for joining us for Spilling the Tea.
All tea.
No shade.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
And she finished her tea. And with that,
So we're gonna mind, guys.
Later.
So we're gonna leave you with the mouse and say peace.
Deuces.